This episode is brought to you by Nespresso Virtuo coffee machines. Ready to enjoy the bold flavors of barista-quality Nespresso iced coffee at home? Simply fill a glass with ice and press the brew button on your Virtuo pop machine to enjoy rich double espressos roasted to stand up even when chilled. Refreshingly bold iced coffee. Refreshingly easy to make at home. Visit Nespresso.com to shop now.
Finding a new job is stressful. But with Indeed, it doesn't have to be. Just fill out your Indeed profile with your skills, experience, and desired salary. The more you fill out, the better your matches will be. And hearing from hiring managers will be 2 times more likely. Relax. That's your Indeed profile sending opportunities your way. Indeed, the world can work better.
She jogs around the lake a lot, almost every other day, like she told me. And she drinks a little bit of hardcore alcohol. That all has an effect on your skin. So I'm like, oh my God. I said, start.
Why wasn't I informed?
This is the plaintiff, Cecilia. She says she's a licensed esthetician and holistic medicinal doctor, and she performed a laser treatment on the defendant in preparation for a big date she was going on. The next day, the woman told her she couldn't see any results and then stopped payment on her check. Bottom line, she performed the treatment and just wants the $500 she's owed. This is the defendant, Mary Ann Mayer. She says she's a cosmetologist and a hairdresser, and it's her job to make sure people leave her chair happy after she's done with them. The plaintiff, however, did nothing but insult her, didn't do anything to her skin but shine a light on it. She's not paying her a penny. She's accused of getting herself in skin deep.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Milian in our forum, the People's Court.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome,
Okay,
ma'am.
you've asked us to refer to you as Cecilia. Okay. Cecilia, you are suing Mary Ann Mayer
Correct.
for $500 for skincare services that you provided to her that she apparently refuses to pay for. Tell me what's going on.
This is a woman who happens to be very angry, and I met her at a gym. We were getting close, getting to know each other, and I told her what I do for a living.
What is it you do for a living?
I'm a medical esthetician. I do.
A medical esthetician. Tell me what that means.
That means that I utilize lasers to improve your skin texture, and if you have any rashes.
How is a medical esthetician different from an esthetician?
Because we can go beyond, like if you have dermatitis, psoriasis, complications on your skin.
Okay, and are you licensed?
Yes, I am.
All right, so go on.
I told her, start focusing on your skin because she's over 50 years old, going through menopause, lax skin, a lot of sun damage. She jogs around the lake a lot, almost every other day, like she told me. And she drinks a little bit of hardcore alcohol. That all has an effect on your skin. So I'm like, oh my God. I said, start.
Why wasn't I informed?
So I was educating her.
Tell me what it is that happened here. You decide that you're going to do a treatment for her. She decides she wants you to do it. What is the treatment?
So I did the dual treatment. So that means dual is for collagen, and it's to remove 5 fine lines.
So
right?
what was the treatment?
It was 2 different types of lasers.
Laser.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So how long did the treatment take?
An hour.
What agreement did you have beforehand on how much you would charge her?
So for the one treatment with a discount, I charged her $275.
Okay, but the check she writes you is for $200.
So then the rest, it was on a house credit. right? So then I said, all right, pay me the rest later. And then she bought a butter moisturizer.
You dispute that, right? You say that the treatment was only going to be $200.
It's not true.
Okay, so
I
go
have
on.
Everything.
You two were actually like friendly, like you would go out together and stuff?
I have
We
pictures
went out
here.
once.
I have everything here.
You went out
Sure.
once, or you went out more than once?
No, we went out once.
Before or after this treatment? I guess before.
Way before, when I
And
first
I got
met
the
her.
pictures right here.
Okay, well, you went out once, or you went out more than once?
Twice. It was
Okay,
twice,
so go on.
yeah. So
she goes in, she has a treatment.
right, and it was.
She writes
I
you a
gave her
check.
Excellent.
She buys
treatment.
a little tub of what? Coke.
Healing moisturizer butter, no preservatives.
So she pays you the $200 check.
Right.
Is there a memo on the check? Who has the check? She ended up stopping payment on
Yes,
it
I
once you
did.
guys.
Yeah.
So you have the check still?
I have a
Let me see
copy.
it. So now go on. She leaves, and what goes wrong?
I don't know what happened. She went out drinking or something, but when I was nice enough to tell her, I'm like, how you doing? How's the face doing? And then she was very negative. And then I was like,
What'd she
oh.
say?
She goes, no, I don't see anything.
I don't see a difference.
Right. No. And then I said, well, it takes time. And she threatened me, and she goes, I hope I do feel something, or else you'll be falling.
You'll be falling?
Falling. And I guess, like, she's going to wrestle with me and drop me or something. Falling. I don't know how other way to take that, but that's not nice to say.
Please tell me what is going on.
Okay. She had said, I had said, listen, I feel ashamed of what I'm going to tell you, but I can't spend any time in here because it smells in your office. Very bad.
They're both so busy
I'm
trashing each other.
sorry,
Can I
but
get to the
she's very
facts here?
neat. She's a very cute girl. I mean, you're very neat, but I had like these crazy allergies, and I smelt mold.
And she has cats and dogs.
Okay, please
Hold on.
stop.
No.
Hold on.
Stop.
I had.
Go ahead.
I had no intention at all. She had explained that it takes more than one treatment to get results. I told her I only had $200. I can only do one treatment. I wasn't even planning on doing it. If I needed another treatment, it wouldn't be so. So I had explained to her I had a date coming up on that weekend. And she said, you would have a nice glow, your skin will be tight, you'll have, be pink at first. I said, listen, I have a lot of problems. I don't even know that you'd want to even work on me. I have problems with my hair with latex allergy. I have very sensitive skin. This is not something I called her up to make an appointment with. This is something she called me at the gym.
I don't
Okay,
care.
I'm
Guys,
sorry.
listen.
All right.
Everybody's so hung up on trying to describe how she forced you to
I'm
have.
sorry.
She didn't force you to have a treatment,
No.
and you weren't giving her a medical treatment.
You're
Guys,
right.
look,
All
let's
right,
call
let me
this
get
what
to
it
the
is.
point. Right.
You wanted to pay her to do something to your skin so
Correct.
you look better.
Correct.
How much did you, according to you, agree to pay her?
$200.
You agreed to pay her $200. She says you agreed to pay her $275. Is that a lie?
That is a lie.
Just
yes.
a bold-faced lie. You would never
Bold-faced
agree to
lie,
pay her.
never- yes.
So you pay her $200, and when you pay her $200, you expect to be like 20 years younger the next day.
No.
You're not. All right. Do you have pictures of how you looked the next day? Pictures of before and after?
No, I don't.
So now, when you call her and tell her, text her, because I'm looking at the text, I don't see any results, or, I don't really feel anything. Shouldn't I be feeling something? She then sets you off by sending you a text saying you're a very negative person. You're not
Correct.
in tune with your skin.
Correct.
And you from the beginning, you've been having excuses.
She said I was a very negative menopausal and very nasty, and she said that for that reason, you're negative, you're not going to see any results.
Really?
Which I thought was very unprofessional of her
Well,
to
it's
say.
kind of goofy.
It's crazy.
All right, so go ahead. But then you turn around, and rather than saying, well, she's a crackpot, I'm not going to go out with her anymore, and I won't go to her anymore, you turn around and actually stop payment on the check.
No, that's not how it
When
went.
do you stop payment on the
Okay,
check?
I had asked her first.
Yes or no, did you stop payment
Yes,
on
I
the
did.
check?
The
When did you stop
following
payment
day.
on the check?
The following day.
And why did you stop payment on the check?
Because when I asked her how much was it, she said, well, I knew it was $200. I was making out a check. And she said, no, you have to give my doctor $275, me $275, and I said, your doctor? Who is your doctor? I don't even know who your doctor is. She said, well, I have to pay him for 60 pulses, $200 for every 60 pulses. So I said, what do you mean by that? She says, well, I use 800 pulses a week on my body. This is what she told me as I was making out the check. I said, so what does that mean? Your doctor charges you $200 for every 60. You use 800 pulses on your body within the week. So you're taking that out on me? Because the laser was 10 seconds. You went, that was done. It was done. The thing she did before it was hitting my fillings. It was painful. She
What do you
told
mean
me it
hitting
wasn't.
your fillings?
Welcome back to the People's Court, RV11 here. So my question,
Do you think skin products and laser treatments and all that stuff, do you think they work?
I think they do.
Really?
Yeah. You know, for dark eyeshadows and...
But do you think it makes people look younger? Because that's what they're all looking for, right?
Yeah, I think it does.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it's fake, man. That's so fake.
It's really easy for somebody 20 years old to say that, right? What do you think?
I don't think they work. I don't use them, but I really don't think they work. It's a moneymaker scheme, you know.
Well, you're only like 24 years old. Look at you.
No, I'm 40 years old.
Kidding. Going inside the courtroom.
She ran this electrode around my mouth, and I kept jumping, and she says, oh, if you have fillings, it's going to hurt. And oh my gosh, it was like hitting every one of my fillings. And I says, you know what, you're lucky that I took out all my fillings because of the...
So let's discuss the case, okay? You are suing for, let's see all the things you're suing for. You want $275 for the treatment that you accepted $200 for, because according to you, you were just taking a partial payment. You want $195 for more for what?
For the day that I had to come here.
And then $30 for the healing butter. What happened with the healing butter?
Okay. She had said to me, she had given me a jar of butter for my healing, and I said, as I left, you know, from the laser treatment, and I says, I really don't want that. You're telling me I owe you $275, blah, blah, blah. I said, I don't want no more. That's it. She says, well, you're going to need it. Well, with my luck, if something happens, I may need it in the night if something going to happen, so I took it with me. I told her that day, it was about an 80-degree day. I was going to see my mom in a nursing home. I had put it in my pocketbook, remind you it's butter. It went to the side as it melted. She told me I took a big glob out of it.
Did she end up returning the healing butter?
Yeah, and left it in the mailbox, and this is how it looks.
You know what? I find in your favor in the amount of the $200 payment that she stopped payment on. She had absolutely no right to do that. This is a gamble. Beauty's a gamble. And there are never any guarantees in beauty or medicine. So there's no money-back guarantee. So you get the $200, which was what you apparently accepted as payment that day. There is no evidence that it's partial payment. And she absolutely is paying for the healing butter. She doesn't get to open it up and then say, oh, I don't like it. All right? So, and you don't get to have treatments, and because you think somebody called you negative, which apparently you are, okay, that somehow that means you don't have to pay for things even though the rest of us regular folks have to. $230 plus your court costs. That's my judgment.
Thank you.
This is the defendant here coming out of the courtroom on the losing end of this decision.
Yes.
You're still smiling. What's going through your mind?
I'm really just happy that we needed to do it this way. We couldn't broke all barriers of communication with the name calling and that. And
how'd the friendship just fall apart so fast?
It just did because she didn't, whatever she said that she was going to do wasn't what she said she was going to do. The price was changing. The bottles were, she's going to give me one bottle, there was 6. If it was $30, it was $200. And I'm just happy that there's nothing wrong with my skin, and I'm happy for that.
Were you too impatient, not giving it a chance to
not at all. No, not at all. I sent her the pictures. I think she was getting angry that I wasn't seeing anything, and I told her to have her doctor call me so that we can start talking about something, you know.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Thanks. All right. So come on in here. You satisfied how this comes out here? Was this your reputation on the line here, as an
yes.
esthetist?
It's medical esthetician.
Esthetician? What does that mean exactly?
When you get to analyze and any
Face?
serious complications if you have.
The face? Was it just a question of her not giving you a chance to complete these treatments? Could you have made a difference?
Big time. Big time. And you know what? She wanted me to become a plastic surgeon and make her look like Joan River. I don't think so.
Joan River?
Yeah, I can. Sorry.
You know, how many pulses do you think I would need to fix it?
Oh, for you?
To fix it. How many
Probably 6 the most.
6 pulses?
I mean, 6 treatments.
You know, it's no defense that somebody gives you a hard sales pitch to buy a product. If you buy it, it's on you. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
Hey, it's Paris. You know I love sparkly things, right? Like stars. Duh. And thanks to Hilton and AutoCamp, I just slept under them. Picture me, serving looks by the fire outside my luxurious Airstream, making s'mores with the kids, while a national park is our backdrop. The great outdoors meets Hilton hospitality. That's hot. Explore all the new ways to stay at Hilton.com. Hilton for the stay.
9 años pidiendo el Snack Wrap. Aquí tienes tu Snack Wrap. ¿Tú quieres un Snack Wrap? Toma tu Snack Wrap. ¿Tú también? Toma un Snack Wrap. Snack Wrap, Snack Wrap, Snack Wrap. Volvió el Snack Wrap. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
These are the plaintiffs, Nina and Luke Denegri. Luke says he and the defendant got into an accident because the guy abruptly threw his car in reverse and backed into him without looking. The defendant was clearly on drugs or drinking because all he had to say for himself was, everything's fine. Clearly, everything was not fine. The car he was driving was damaged, and the defendant owes him the $2,069.52 it's going to cost him to fix it. This is the defendant, Gregory. He says the plaintiffs were having a raging party at their house, and cars were zooming in and out of the common driveway they share between their houses. One kid was trying to pull in, so he backed up to get out of his way, and as he was backing up, the plaintiff whipped around the corner and slammed right into him with a loud thud. The plaintiff refuses to own up to the fact that he was the one who caused the accident, and he thinks the judge will set him straight here and now. He's accused of backing up blind.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff says the defendant threw his car into reverse, hit him, and now he won't pay. And the plaintiff says the defendant was on drugs or drunk. But the defendant says the plaintiff was the reckless driver, and they were all at a raging party. It's the case of rage against the machine.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
Okay. Nina and Luke Denegris.
Yes.
Okay, you are suing Gregory. You've asked to be referred to only by your first name. And Gregory's boss, who's asked to be referred to not at all, who owns the car, but you were driving, correct?
Correct.
All right. For $2,069.52, the cost to repair your car, because according to you, the accident was his fault. All right. You were driving her car, correct?
Yes.
You were not in the car. All right. You talk to me. Tell me what happened.
Okay, so we were going to my car in the shared
Who's we?
driveway. Me and my friend Cameron.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 20.
How old are you?
19.
Okay. Can we do something? Your mom, can you have a seat a second? We'll bring you back up in a moment. Let me hear from the people who are actually in the car first. Okay, so go on.
Okay, so as we were walking to the car.
Where were you?
We were at my friend's house.
A third person's house?
Yes.
Was there a party going on?
A small party. It wasn't out.
How small is a small party?
Probably like 25 people.
Okay. And what time of the night or day was it?
Approximately 11 p.m.
PM? All right. So the two of you are walking to your mom's car, which you are using. And
Yes. And Gregory drove by us. We got in my car.
Show me over here. Put some cars, pick the car you want to be and show me.
Okay, so this is Gregory's car. He drove by, stopped here, and then I was parked in front of this house here. We walked to this car, and the diagram's not really large enough, but I had stopped approximately here on the driveway.
Go on.
Yeah. Okay, so I had my car in park, and we had been sitting there for a while, not really paying too much attention. My headlights were on.
Why was the car in park?
Because we had been sitting there for a while.
Behind him?
Yes. He hadn't pulled out. He had stopped at the intersection.
Yeah, but why is it in park? I mean, didn't you expect it was imminent that he'd pull out?
Yes, we were behind him. We were expecting him to pull out.
Why did you put your car in park?
After waiting about 2 minutes, I put the car in park.
What planet do you think I'm from that I'm going to buy this? No one waits 2 minutes behind a car that's immobile. You would either go around him or you would be like, why would you wait 2 minutes?
The driveway's not wide enough to go around him, and there were several cars.
Well, why wouldn't you beat the horn? Or why wouldn't you come out to find out if he had a heart attack? Why would you wait 2 minutes and then put the car in park patiently and just kind of sit around there? I mean, come on, that didn't happen. Give me something I can swallow.
It absolutely happened. I had my car in park, and
you put your car in park.
Gregory put his car in reverse, and we just assumed that he was going to try and turn around or something like that. And after he continued to go in reverse, I was surprised, so I beat my horn, and he backed straight into me. And my car was stopped the entire time.
How long had you been at this party?
Maybe like 45 minutes to an hour, maybe even less.
Did you drink?
No.
Smoke?
No.
Are you the only human who does the things you do? Okay, go ahead and go over to that. You want to take a shot at it?
My story is exactly the same as his.
Yeah, you don't want to have to go through it painfully and get cross-examined?
No, there was no way to get around his car.
That's fine. So you put it in park instead of beeping the horn and walking around and finding out if he's dead?
Figured he'd move at some point, but just put the car in park.
Were there cars? I mean, I imagine that in the... How many minutes were you sitting there? I don't know. It was a few. It was at least 2 or 3 minutes, yeah. Okay, and there wasn't one opportunity for him to pull out?
No, there was no way to get by.
All right, what's your story? Come on over to the board, please.
Same car? That's yours.
Oh, that's me, huh? Coming out of this driveway, came down.
How old are you?
25.
Okay.
Left. They, I guess, came up. There's cars parked over on the side yard right here where there's rocks. And
What's that other car that's on Stillwell Lane?
Oh, this is another car that I was trying to pull in, and then there's like 3 more cars over here. You gotta get more cars. But yeah, that's what happened. Then I just stopped right here.
Where were you leaving?
My friend's house.
Okay. And what had been going on in your friend's house?
Oh, nothing. I just got back from a wake and I stopped there.
A wake?
Yeah.
Okay. And whose car were you driving?
My boss's.
And why were you driving your boss's car?
Because I was using his car.
But your friends?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
okay.
in California, so I just took his car.
Okay. Go on.
Basically, I just put my car in reverse because there's this person trying to pull in. I thought they were going to take off the front of the car, and there's people running around both sides of the car. So I just
Humans?
backed up. Yeah.
Running around both sides of the car because there was a big party.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
So basically backed up and then tapped on the window and said I hit their car. So
Wait, you back up and you hit you skipped the part about hitting their car.
They said I hit the car.
Well, did you back up?
Oh yeah, I backed up.
And you hit the car?
I didn't see hitting the car. There was no damage to my car, and I didn't see.
Wait, didn't you feel that you hit a car?
No.
Okay, can I see a picture of the damage to your car, please?
Yes, please.
So all of a sudden you back up, you feel nothing.
On the window.
You get a little love tap on the window, but you don't feel the tap to the back. Were you drinking?
No.
Were you smoking?
No.
Okay, go on.
And then tapped on the window, got out of the car, looked at the car, exchanged numbers, and left.
I don't understand. No one calls the police? No one does anything else?
Well, it probably wouldn't have been best for all these kids to be drinking and calling the police to a house with minors with it.
Well, how about you?
I wasn't drinking, and I'm 25.
Right, but I mean, but if you feel that the accident's do you feel the accident's their fault?
I don't feel it's my fault.
What, you're just saying they're exaggerating the damage?
I don't know. I didn't see any damage.
So you're saying you never hit what are you saying?
I'm saying I didn't see any damage when we got out of the car to go look. I'm looking. There's no damage.
So you're saying you never hit their car?
I'm saying when I got out of the car, I didn't see damage to either vehicle.
Yeah, but you're also saying you never hit their car.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, go back to the podium.
Okay.
Remind me not to drive in that driveway.
You bet.
How do you not see this?
10:30 or 11 at night.
It's a Volkswagen CC.
Come on up, Mom. Let me hear from you.
Luke came home, showed me the damage to the car the next morning. He had gotten the name of...
Did he show you that night or the next morning?
It was the next...
I didn't show her the next morning.
Stop.
I think it was
I'm asking Mom a question.
The next morning, when I got up, he said, Mom, we had a problem with the car. He explained to me what happened. He told me the name of Greg's name, and he said I don't have a phone number for him.
And what'd you say?
I said, let's find out the name of who hit you and find out what happened, and we'll get the car fixed.
Okay.
He's responsible. So we were able to get the telephone number through a lot of effort, calling different people. And
why'd you leave without the full name of the person
he
who
took
hit you?
off.
What do you mean he took off?
They did not exchange numbers.
We did not exchange numbers. What actually happened was Greg got out of the car and was extremely insistent that there was nothing wrong, especially once he realized that there was no damage to his car, speaking incoherently and not really giving me a chance to speak.
Oh, so he was on something.
And possibly.
He was on something,
I'm
but
not
you
making
guys-
any assumptions. I'm just saying
Right.
that he was not speaking coherently and was rushing the situation and basically was walking away as I was talking to him and drove away. And yes, I did not yell at him to stop. I did not tell him that we needed to get
Why
the
didn't
police
you call the
involved.
police?
Because
A hit and run. Now it's a hit and run. Oh, I have a theory on why he doesn't call the police.
We did go to the police. They yelled at him for the same thing, and not calling the police.
Why? That was the smartest thing he ever did. He's going to call the police when he's drinking underage and driving? No, that would be kind of silly. That's why he didn't call the police.
I absolutely was not
Did you
drinking.
guys ever talk after this? Did you ever talk with him?
Many times.
Who did? You
And
did or she did?
We both did, and he admitted that he had committed an accident that was his fault. We exchanged several phone calls between myself and him.
Any
several
texts or
messages.
emails where he admits it?
Yes, but
May I see that?
The phone was...
His phone was stolen, so he had text messages. What he did do was...
Yeah, but you could get the text messages printed up by your
I asked.
carrier.
The phone company said they wouldn't do it for me. I had to have a court order for that.
All right, so go on.
Greg texted Luke and said, bring your car to this Marina Auto Body in Glen Cove. I know the guy that works there. His name is Chris.
Okay, did you in fact give them a suggestion of a body shop to take the car to?
The kid was asking, what do? You go, your car's broken, you go take it to a body shop, right?
And then you gave him the name of it?
Yeah, why not?
Because it makes you look guilty, that's why not. Because if you're standing here telling me there was no damage, I didn't do any damage.
The kid's acting like a
I'm not
7-year-old
responsible. I don't know what he's saying. I never hit his car. And then you're suggesting to him your bodywork guy to go to, and their story is that you're admitting it and that you're saying, oh, go to my body guy because he'll treat me right. It starts to look like you're a liar.
And the kid at the body shop happened to be this kid, Chris. I know Chris. And Chris said, yeah, I talked to Greg, and he said he's going to fix the car. I got to tell him what the estimate is. And then once Chris tried to reach him back and said he's there, great. And then all communication stopped right after that.
Because the estimate was what?
$3,000.
Right. Everything's fine and dandy if the estimate's going to be $24.99. But if it's $3,000, all of a sudden it's not fine and dandy.
Is it possible that if you're in a car and you back up and you hit somebody, that you wouldn't feel it if it's kind of minor? Would you always feel it?
I will always feel it. Yeah.
You would always feel it?
Yes, probably.
What do you think?
I think so too. Yeah, definitely.
There's no way that you would just be sitting there and then it would be so minor that you wouldn't feel it?
No.
You all agree with that?
I agree. You got to feel it.
Anybody agree with me that she looks like Gwyneth Paltrow? Anybody?
Yes. I don't.
No, you don't get too upset. Going inside the courtroom.
Did you get the car fixed?
We did get the car
May I see what you actually got it fixed for?
A lot less. That's my paid receipt, and the insurance paid $1,065, and I had a $1,000 deductible.
So what is it you're out, the $1,000 deductible?
No, well, the $2,065, I already called the insurance company saying we were coming here, I'd reimburse them.
Okay.
And to wipe the slate clean, because it affects our insurance
your rates.
To have accidents on there. We also got a private investigator. We found out that Greg has no driver's license in any state.
Do you have a driver's license?
Yeah, I do.
Where?
In my pocket.
From what state?
New York.
Can I see it?
Yeah. Matter of fact, I got a clean driving record, too, for the past 3 years.
This is an interim license.
It's a license. They have to mail me the copy in the mail.
When did you get the license?
A couple weeks ago. I used to have a North Carolina license.
You used to have a what?
North Carolina license.
Can I see that one?
I had to give it to the DMV. They take it when they give you a New York license.
So then let me see the New York license that they gave you.
This is it right there.
Okay. Yeah, Gregory. Okay. I find that the accident is your fault. I find it really funny that you could hit a car, cause that damage, and say, there was no damage. Nothing to see here, folks. Let's all just go and take off, which probably happened because A, you didn't want to wait for the police either, and B, you're driving someone else's car, and if there's no damage to yours, you certainly don't want to stick around. I also find it hysterical that you're entertaining phone calls with them that many times when you never even hit them and telling them where to go to get the car repaired. And I find in their favor in the amount of the claim of $2,069.52. Listen, you're looking at somebody who has 3 girls coming up the pike and someone who personally thinks the drinking age should not be 21. All right? But while it is, bad things happen. So you need to have a little chat with your son here who thinks he knows it all. Okay,
because wasn't drinking.
I'm not. Tell me what kind of boy, hearing that from a judge, talking to his mother, would interrupt and just have that kind of confidence to interrupt me in the middle of a sentence when it's obvious he just won, but he still has to give his 2 cents. That's the kid you got to talk to, okay? $2,069.52 verdict for the plaintiff.
Thank you.
All right, both sides, hold on.
All right, so step on in here, and the defendant losing this case makes you think what?
Glad to just get this over with.
Why'd you deal with them on repairs like that if you were not guilty?
Get the thorn out of my side and just stop hearing the kid talk.
The kid was bothering you?
Yeah.
The kid was annoying you? Well, if you didn't do it, though, I mean, if you didn't do any damage, why wouldn't you say, hey, I didn't do any damage, it's not my problem?
Just basically paying $2,000 to make the problem go away.
Okay. Okay. All right, so step on in here. Mom, you satisfied how this comes out?
Yes, thank you.
Really?
Yes.
How about the part about the little chip off the old block here?
He's definitely chip off the old block.
Mm-hmm. What do you want to say to him at this point here while we're all listening?
No drinking and driving.
What have you learned here? Lesson?
I mean,
You better
I was
say
a
yes.
designated driver, but I did learn a lesson.
Okay, what was it?
Not to drink and drive, but
No, your lesson is to call the police.
call the police when there's an accident.
They always have a designated driver, and I trust that they do.
You have some work to do.
Yeah, no, they do. They do.
Harvey?
Leave 'em.
You know, there is a legal presumption that the person bringing up the rear in a rear-end collision is at fault. That can be rebutted, and in this case, the presumption was indeed rebutted. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
You open the Walmart app and boom! The Reebok and Hanes styles that keep your kiddos on their A game delivered in as fast as an hour. That's right, those comfy Hanes Performance Crew socks they love in the app. And the coolest shirts, shorts, hoodies, and leggings from Reebok? Yep, Walmart's got them. They'll feel so focused in their new gear they won't even notice you freaking out on the sidelines. Shop Reebok and Hanes in the app. The Walmart you thought you knew is now new. Subject to availability, fees, and restrictions apply.
This is the plaintiff, Nancy Kogel. She says she lived with the defendant for a short time, and it became quite apparent they were like oil and water and couldn't live together in peace. She moved out a short time later. The defendant refuses to return a security deposit, and well, now she has no other choice but to sue the woman in this court for the $575 she's rightfully owed. This is the defendant, Nara Fuchs. She says she doesn't owe the plaintiff a dime because she never returned the keys to her and she had to go out and change the locks. She did some research on the matter and found out when a tenant doesn't return the keys, it forfeits her right to her security deposit. She's confident that the judge, being a woman of the law, will totally agree with her today and she'll leave here the victor. She's accused of disturbing the peace.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket. These litigants lived together for a nanosecond. Plaintiff moved out and the defendant won't return her deposit. But the defendant says the plaintiff never returned the keys, so tough. It's the case of, you keyed me, sister.
Thank you, Douglas. Nancy Kogel?
Yes.
You are suing Nara Fuchs for $575 of a security deposit that she refuses to return to you. Tell me what is going on.
Well, I needed to move out from a relationship of 15 years of a boyfriend, an ex-boyfriend who had become very abusive and at a certain point threatened my life and my two dogs. And
physically abusive?
Putting on pornography and, you know, in that way, and just making a presence that was scary. And then a knife came towards me. I mean, that kind of scary.
Okay.
So I had been trying to move out for several months before, and it was very hard to find an apartment with two dogs and for a decent-sized rent, etc. But as it became more apparent that my life was in danger, I started to seek ways.
So you needed another place to live, and you went about it how?
Well, I knew the defendant, Nara, from Tompkins Square Park, where we hung out, and she had dogs, and I had dogs, and so we communicated. I invited her. She came over to my house one time, and we
so you knew
stayed
each other.
friends.
All right, so it turns out that you were renting what? A room in your two-bedroom?
Yes.
All right, and you rented it to her for how much?
$11.50.
All right, and did you sign anything?
Yes.
May I see what you signed?
Thank you.
It requires 30 days notice to leave. Did you give her 30 days?
Gave her more than.
There's no dispute about that. All right, so now you leave what date?
I leave on November 18th.
Okay. And you paid the month of November?
Full month.
And so you ask her for your security deposit, and what does she say?
As I was moving out with boxes and everything, she said, I probably won't be able to rent out the room for the winter months. May I pay it back, the security deposit back, March 31st?
And you said yes.
I agreed to it.
And then when March came, did you get your security deposit back?
No.
And here we are. What's going on?
When she got in contact with me, about her deposit, I told her I was still under financial stress. The reason why I couldn't give her back the deposit is I had just gone through Superstorm Sandy. My phone, my internet was out. No one was renting. No one was looking for any place in my neighborhood, the Lower East Side, because of the extensive damage that was in the neighborhood. I figured that by March 31st, things would be better. I sent her an email telling her that I needed more time to pay her.
What happened? You said you were going to return
In
a security
December
deposit. What
10th,
is your claim to the security deposit? Because you have to have a claim. You can't just be going through financial
The
difficulty.
keys were never returned. The fact that I had to change the locks to my apartment. I did not.
Did she ever say, I'm not giving you the keys back?
She told me she gave me the keys back.
Did you guys have problems living together?
Yes.
What were the problems?
Any request I made of Nancy, I had to answer a string of whys. Why did I want it that way? Why couldn't I just adjust to another way? Why was I so rigid?
So it was just exhausting?
No, it wasn't about the dog.
Was it exhausting, is what I said? Why, was it about the dog?
Yes, it was.
Why did that come out?
I'm sorry.
She had how many dogs?
She had 2 large dogs.
And you had how many dogs?
I had 2 small dogs.
Oh my goodness. So there were 4 dogs and 2 women living in the apartment?
Yes.
And was it a big apartment? How big can it be? You have to be really big to not feel small with 4 dogs. And
No, it really works out. 2 small dogs, it's 900 square feet. That's not, huge, but it's reasonable. You can have 2 adults and 4 dogs. I mean, because
in an 800 square foot apartment.
Excuse me?
I mean, you can do it. I'm just saying, like, that would kind of feel small for me. Why did you 2 not get along?
So, is it harder for older people who become roommates to get along than younger people?
It's harder for older people because they're set in their ways. You don't want anybody changing their routine or being loud or anything else.
What do you think? Older people or younger people?
Older people.
Why?
They're just used to their lifestyle.
They're what?
They're used to their lifestyle.
So you don't think that older people can kind of go with the flow and bend?
No, by that time, they're already used to the way they are, and they're not going to bend as easy as a young person.
What's an old person to you? Give me an age.
Sitting on the couch, farting all day.
Okay, well, that qualifies. Going inside the courtroom.
I really felt like we did get along very
well. Let me quote from your complaint. Everything I did seemed to annoy her. When it came down to the rules, only my dogs were expected to go. I mean, I'm not making this up. That's why I'm trying to follow up to try to figure out what's going on between you 2.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard for people to live together, especially there was no common area like a living room, just the kitchen.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. What did you mean in your answer to the complaint when you said, I asked her to be sure to return my keys, but she said she had paid to have them made so they were hers?
She had asked me 2 separate times about the keys. I think she was fishing that I should pay her for having had them made. At both times, she asked me, did I want my keys back? The first time I said yes. The second time, after answering so many times, so many questions repeatedly, I just said nothing.
She also made some statements that I found offensive as a black person. Even though she seemed understanding when I addressed it, it still made me uncomfortable. She had a way of making me feel like I was the renter and she was in charge. What did that mean?
We had some kind of discussion where she brought up the fact that black people had been in slavery. And I found that offensive only because I didn't know where it was, only because people only bring the subject up of African Americans being in slavery when they want to put you in your place, when they want to make sure that you know that you came from a disadvantaged situation and everyone is fully aware of it. It would be as though I would bring up the Holocaust or the concentration camp with someone of Jewish descent. Why?
Well, I don't know. I'm interested in this. Let me, in your complaint, you state the following thing. The defendant is African American, and maybe times have been harder for her, but things have been hard for me too. And sometimes I think that people, in their effort to feel and be loving and inclusive of all, go a little overboard, and it actually comes across as condescending and patronizing. And because when I read that, and I'm Cuban, I'm not African American, but I felt a very familiar sense of a little bit patronizing. So when you said that, when then I got to your answer in the complaint and read that, I just thought it was interesting because I felt the same thing about when she said that in the complaint. The same way you felt in your answer to the complaint, that there's just a little something there. But, none of that is relevant to the security deposit. What is the reason that you won't give the lady back her security deposit?
The fact is that I've had to spend time and money and effort having my locks changed when she could have easily given me back my keys.
Okay, the security deposit is how much? $575. What did you spend to have your locks changed?
$180.
So so even under your theory, what is it that you think
New York State law states that if the keys are not returned, then the renter is still in possession of the apartment.
Really? Can you show me where it says that?
I didn't bring it with me.
You think that a year later you can ask for rent for all that time?
I'm not asking for rent for all that time.
What would limit the amount of money that you can spend? If it costs you $130,
$180.
$180 to change the locks, what claim would you have to the other $400? Why would that be appropriate? $200 or $300, whatever the difference is. How would that be appropriate? It wouldn't be appropriate. That's the answer. I think that what happened is, you know darn well you owe her the security deposit. You got her to agree to wait 4 months, and then or 3 months, and then after she waited 3 months, you basically said, I'm going to come up with a reason to not pay it, and that's not appropriate. It's just not. $575 verdict for the plaintiff.
So the ruling here is for the plaintiff. It's like you tried to stiff her and didn't get away with it.
Hey.
Yeah.
It happens.
So what is your reaction to this? What happens?
I thought that I was following the rules. I mean, I didn't have the keys back. I wasn't satisfied with the way the room was returned. I wasn't satisfied with the conditions. It's just I was tired of talking to her.
You two got along at the beginning, right?
Yes, we did.
You liked each other at the beginning, and then what happened?
I got to know her.
As what?
As a person, as an individual, I got to live with her, and it was very difficult for me.
All right, okay. We'll just leave it at that. Okay, come on in here. So you get your deposit, or come on in here. You satisfied how the ruling comes out?
I am.
Okay. Are you as annoying and hard to live with as she's portraying you to be?
I don't think so.
Why do you think she sees you that way?
I think it's hard to live with other people. There's a lot of things that do come out, but I think we got along really okay.
You thought we did, but she says we didn't.
She says no, and that's her feelings, and I still like her as a friend, and I wish her the best.
Harvey?
Okay, in many states, if a landlord doesn't return a security deposit within a certain number of days, and if they do deduct money, they don't itemize what they're deducting, they can be subjected not only to pay back the money, but 2 to 3 times the amount of damage. The issue is that if it's a roommate situation, a lot of times these laws don't apply to roommates, so roommates could actually skate even if they do the wrong thing.